So our next guest is Eliot Hernández. He's also known as Don Del Mar. He's originally from Tijuana, and he surfs some of the gnarliest waves in the world. He's been doing it for 13 years. In addition to surfing, he's got a degree in educational sciences, and he has some very impressive certifications as well. Open sea aquatic rescue, rescue training, canine rescue. As a volunteer on the beaches of Tijuana, he conducts canine search and rescue and works as a lifeguard as well. He opened a surfing school in 2012 to share his love of surfing with everyone who comes to the school, and he even works with at-risk kids. So we're very happy to have you on the show today. Eliot, aloha.
Aloha, thanks for inviting me over here. So,
yes,
we started.
All right. So you've been surfing for 13 years, Eliot. Tell us, how old were you when you started?
Well, I started when I just have 8, but I stopped it because I need to study. You know, in Mexico, they like to pressure on study first. And after that, I came back at 15, but I have a little time off because I'm gonna be go at that time. And after that, I came back at 19, the 19th, and then I stay over there.
Okay.
What do you love the most, and what invited you to become a surfer, or what invited you to just get connected to the ocean?
Well, mostly it's the spiritual part, you know, like when you find that peace, you want to stay in that section, you know, like over there in the ocean is like no problems, no time, and even if you just touch the water, you feel great.
Yeah, like what are some of the experiences that you have had when people come over to Baja? Like what do you take on?
Well, fun. The first thing over here, we teach over here in Playas.
Yes.
And after that, we make a little surf trip down to Rosarito. And we feel like have a little more experience. We go down to Ensenada, and that started like over there, no? The first stop is kilometer first, Tijuana. All these beach from Playas, they have different sections. You can start like a beginner, a little higher, or like tubes. And after that, there's another places they call KM42. They call Raul's.
Yeah.
And it's a good spot for all levels for surfers.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's like a longest wave, maybe like Encinitas, but it's much better. You know, longest lefts and longest rides. So there's another section too. They call Sal Si Puedes.
Yes.
I know Sal
And
Si
it's
Puedes.
another spot like you should take a lot of pictures for a good trip. After that, they call 3Ms in Ensenada.
Which is worldly known. Every time I go to 3Ms, I always see people from all over the world.
Yeah. They are closest, like San Miguel and 3Ms. So that is the best place for the world. They come in, and it's like available for international communities. There's a Bahia from protection, and they have the perfect way of the world too.
What does 3M stand for, you guys? I'm not a surfer, so I'm out of the loop on this one.
Well, this is a 3Ms. It's in front to a factory from fishes, and this is called 3Ms because they have like an M, you know, like.
Oh, okay. The shape of the surf.
Yeah.
Got it. Now, you opened a surf school on Playas de Tijuana, Eliot, and you were telling me that it's the only surf school on the beaches of Tijuana. What inspired you to start that?
Well, that inspired me because first, there are less person over here in Mexico, and mostly in Tijuana. They don't know how to surf. You know, like they see it surfers over there, and they just see it over there. Like, oh, I want to do that one day. I want to do that day. And I hear it. You know, like that person. They like, hey. And one day I just coming with my board to the water, and there's a little kid like, hey, can you teach me?
Yeah.
And this like his father coming is like, how much you charge me? Like, oh, no, I can teach you right now here and
so
free.
cool.
And it's like he coming from the city from Mexico, and I started like that, you know, like giving free the lessons, and after that, like, okay, we need like do it else, you know. The connection from the surfer, they teach you need to travel around the world. Why? Because you need to search the perfect way. And after that, for me, when you start over there in Tijuana, my knowledge just started changing, and I start, okay, I see the crowd waves that are breaking so faster, so I need to move it for another part. And then I start to go into Ensenada. Well, it's perfect over here. And then if I do a little more longer, more south, and then I start to do it a little surf trip down to Cabo, and then Cabo, I pass the ferry to Nayarit, and then to Nayarit to Guerrero, and then to Guerrero, Oaxaca, and after that I come back. Like
Wow.
no anymore, but I just come back. And after that,
The Mexican Surf Trail. I love it. I love it.
yeah,
That's awesome.
sometimes you need to risk, like if you don't have a lot of money, you work over there and just start like.
Yes. And you were just recently training a young surfer,
Yeah.
8 years old, but you didn't just start it we're gonna start on the beginners. You took this child all the way to Oaxaca.
To Oaxaca.
Wow.
So yeah, his father, they told me like, hey Eliot, you can teach my daughter over here in Oaxaca, and it's like, yeah, I can do it. He buy me the flight, and I just start over there working in Carrizalillo. It's a super spot. I recommend it for all the surfers. They are like intermediate, beginner. Go for that spot. It's amazing. Mexico, they have a best place for the world to practice the surfer.
That's great. I was in Puerto Escondido with my family for vacation last year, and I saw those waves. I don't surf, but if I did, I think even as a surfer, I would be a little intimidated.
Yeah. When you're over there in Puerto, sometimes you need to be respectful for the locals and to the ocean too.
Yeah.
Puerto, they have the best parts from there, the big waves. Or if you want to have mellow time, you can go for Chacagua, or you can go for like Tierra Blanca.
Yes.
They have a different spots over there. Even if you go more to the north, you can find like Sayulita.
Yes.
And Bonfil in Guerrero Negro, in the
Yes.
Guerrero, Estado de Guerrero.
Yes.
If you go back a little more to the north too, you can find Colima and
Yes.
Sinaloa,
Yes.
Mazatlan, in different all the spots.
And every single one of them brings you a different ambience and a different everything. So that is what I really love about the whole entire coast of Surfline. But you were also telling me that you have created a route just here in Baja, that it could be like an 8-day route and you
Yeah.
just go to all the surf spots.
Yeah, like past 8 hours from Ensenada, they start to virgin places. Like no touch, nobody over there, and you can find like the spiritual thing because it's quiet spaces. And after that, you can find like oasis in the middle of the desert. So when you are in the road from Baja California, they have many places over there. And past to Guerrero Negro, you can find like Laguna Manuela. And after that, outside the Pacific, they have another spot for the wave. You can see like Sahara spot, but you can find this perfect ride. It's coming, and you're like,
So tell us, Eliot, if somebody from San Diego or Los Angeles want to come down and learn to surf with you,
Yeah.
How do they find you online?
yeah, you can find me from Instagram or Facebook. You can find us Surf School Tijuana. They have the same logo, we have it. And you can put over there like a message, hey, Eliot, can we make a surf trip over there, like 2 days, 3 days, down to Baja to know it? Yeah, for sure, and we can make something, you know?
So there you have it. If you want to go surfing with Eliot Hernández, just find his social media. The name is Eliot Hernández, aka Don Del Mar. Eliot, thanks so much for being on the show today, man. It's been a pleasure.
And guess what? You and I and a couple of my friends and
You should be
my
coming.
super awesome surfer, we're all gonna come. We're gonna contact you, and we would really love to enjoy all those different spots all around Baja.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
You're gonna be love it, Baja. It's unforgiving.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm excited. We're excited. So thank you so much for the surfing community for joining us, and thank you, Eliot, again. This is Baja Window to the South. We are very excited for you to follow us on all of our social media and continue to watch our show. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Muchas gracias.